Hello, and welcome back to Separate Studios Presents Rolling in the Netherdeep. We're excited to bring you a brand new tale of Adventurelands of Wildmount and Marquette. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, this is Bill Roper, and I'm playing, at least for the moment, Orgoth Skullcrusher.
Oh god.
Keep
For
playing.
now. This is Jaiden and I'm playing Laphus.
This is Jaime and I'm playing North. Apologies if I sound sick. It's because I am.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Mira and I'm playing Voka.
Mira, change your name.
I know, I just noticed.
um, we started a pub crawl last time, and it didn't really crawl very far. It's like baby crawls, I think, so... just down the street. And we're gonna
We didn't even go
continue
down the
that.
street, we stayed in the same place.
I also need to point out that we got out of the worst fight in our lives, and instead of sleeping, we were like, yeah, let's go drink.
I mean, that's par for the course.
Yeah, it's like you can't just go to bed and then wake up being like, all right, now it's time to celebrate. You need to ride that high.
Yeah, you can.
You need to ride that high.
I would be sleepy.
Okay, before we start, I'm keeping track of how many drinks the rivals and Elixion have had. Irvin has
Oh
had
my God.
unknown drinks because he's not there yet. Gals has had 2. Dermot has had 0. Io has had 2. And Maggie has 1 extra large drink.
Wait, you mean to tell me that Gals has had 2 and he's showing his tits to everyone?
He didn't need any, prompting.
Holy sh-
Elixion has had 1 kind of little subtle light drink, so... anything we need to talk about before we dive right in? Well, let's go. If everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 97, Pub Crawl with Grandpa, part 2. So at the end of last time, Orgoth, injured and poisoned from Eleanor's attack, collapsed in the street as a carriage slowed to a stop nearby. Orgoth, you are kind of like, you look around and you're kind of like barely conscious, and you're just lying there and people are kind of stepping around you, assuming that you're drunk and not really stopping to help you. You look over, like, just drunken disgrace. You're just a drunken disgrace, as an old woman kind of like walks by you. And somebody's kind of like starting to lean toward your belt pouch, trying to get for your money pouch. And
Am I aware at all?
you're
or am
kind
I
of aware of
unconscious?
it. You're just like, you're aware, but you're like very weak since that orcish ability kicked in, giving you 1 hit point. So
Oh, so that happened.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I guess I didn't realize that. What would have happened then is when I fell to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
I actually dropped to 0. Like that was gonna kill me.
Yes. Yeah. You had
Okay.
gone into death saves. Yes.
Yeesh. Okay. So, yeah, Orgoth has an ability which is when he gets to 0 hit points, he actually goes to 1 because of his half orc heritage.
So you're aware.
So-
You're aware.
Right, but I also know that like rest. I gotta tick that off. That happened. Yeah, relentless endurance.
Yes.
So yeah, he's at 1 with and I don't think that's ever happened to him before.
Mm-hmm.
So he falls and there might even be like he's slumped over and on the ground and he's lying there, and if he sees someone coming up or senses someone coming up to him that feels like they're going to go for his pouch, he's like, back off or you're going to pull back a stump, and he's going to try to like get up on a elbow.
Yeah. As you say
try
something,
to face them.
Yeah, the person kind of like draws back for a second, thinks about it, and then suddenly you hear this thrum, 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 thrum coming towards you. and the person who is kind of leaning down suddenly gets bowled off of their feet as this muscles and fur just goes phew, right past and knocks them off their feet. And you hear this growling, feline growling, as they're like about 10 feet away, like,
Uh,
and you hear a
I'm gonna
voice.
try to roll to like so I can be sort of upright but facing whatever the hell
Mhm.
just happened.
Yeah, you're still poisoned. You're still kind of out of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see kind of this shape off in the distance, and the carriage that had stopped had the door is open, and there is a man in white and blue robes standing on the running boards of it. Um, and this cat had just, whew, giant cat ran by and knocked your assailant away. And the form kind of comes towards you and kneels down, and you recognize it as High Curator Jamil from the Cobalt Soul.
Uh, uh, I, I was, uh, I was attacked uh, and
Don't try to
everyone's at
speak.
the,
Let me look. Let me look.
uh,
And you start to pass out again. Just you're poisoned still.
yeah. I think I'd probably vomit at this
Yeah.
point. Like if I've got this poison,
He steps
coughing
back.
thing,
He's like,
it's like yeah, just like, and I'm gonna insert a thing
okay,
if that's okay.
okay.
So he kind of like leans over and throws, but as he looks up and tries to look at Jamil, there's this like moment of of like sharp recognition, like when you're really sick and you get expunge a bunch of stuff, and then you're
Yeah.
like, you have this moment of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Orgoth realizes where he has like just subconsciously walked to and where all this has happened. And he's
Okay.
almost died is because we're in the river district, is outside the restaurant where he in question had their first date,
Mm-hmm.
like where he overdosed on cheese and all that. Like, and so he like some like his subconscious brought him here, and just kind of like, you know, has this moment of self realization of where he is. But now and then he just kind of like starts to mist over again. He's like, I'm sorry, Jamil.
Let me
Okay,
see. Let me see your injuries. And he starts kneeling down. And as you pass out, you look up toward the
okay.
carriage, and a curtain draws through away from the window, and you see Question's face in the carriage, and then you pass out.
Okay. I'm a conscience.
Back at the Cool Flame. These currently there are all sorts of conversations. The mood is like lightening up. Maggie's you've even heard Maggie do a couple of laughs. Ha! 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 Ha!
Ho
Ha!
ho.
That was a good one, Spike. Tell me another.
I would have loved it if instead Maggie just went tee hee.
You have to get another drink in her for that to happen.
Oh my god.
So what are you doing? What is everybody
I mean, we're
doing?
supposed to wait for Orgoth to start pub crawling. But it's been a
He's
bit
not
now.
there. Yeah. Voka. Oh God, what's her name? Brain fart. I don't have it pulled right. It's Azael.
Zale?
Azael has fallen, pushed two chairs together and fallen asleep.
And you see, like he's like done a thing where like he like is doing a sigh of relief, and he's just like finally.
So are you gonna keep the kid like around, even though passed out, or are you finally taking the brat home?
For one, don't call her a brat. Do refrain, and I do intend on just carrying her around. I need to keep an eye on her, and in like I said, and why I brought her here, near
So
People
you don't trust whoever's in your house to take care of her.
and he just closes his eyes and takes a breath in. With the person who made a deal with and the way she's been acting, no, I do not. I think you of all people would realize why.
No, not really. I mean, because she would
Mm,
be surrounded by people, and I honestly doubt that her eating sweets is going to magically make her, I don't know, poof over to wherever the hell that thing wants her to go to.
you are going to have to kill me before I take my eyes off of her.
Well, I'm not saying that you can take her. I thought you were just going to bring her home instead of, dragging a child at like 2 in the morning, you know.
Like we don't know what's next either. Like what was it? We had to go back to like very dangerous places. Like do some stuff for Lapis, do some stuff for me, do some stuff
Oh,
for Orgoth
yes.
probably. So you're gonna
Oh,
drag a child into like a prison break?
just for
Drag her into
tonight.
an area that's full of war, probably.
Just for now, let me keep an eye on her. Is that too much to ask?
Kind of harshing the vibe of a pub crawl, but
If I am harshing the vibe, then I will sit outside. If need be, I will be nearby. I just
And then suddenly the front door opens, and Kesney comes in with her um,
sugar glider.
sugar glider on her shoulder, and kind of hobbles in. He's like, "Oh, I did not know it's. I thought the night was going to be busy. Hello, Lapis, Nor,
Hi.
um, uh, Voka. I believe we have met before. Perhaps I do not know.
I don't
um
think they did.
Okay.
no, we
Um,
have not.
Kisney knows
um,
names.
would you have bought anything at the shop, magic shop in the Suncut
Yeah,
Bazaar?
yeah, he would have.
You may have run into M. Kesney as a shopkeeper there. Um,
And she. I mean, she's probably heard of like this like strange circus that makes its rounds in the
yes,
bazaar.
yes. Oh, you are the ringkeeper of what is the
Oh,
name of your circus?
um,
I hear the music off. I've always wanted to go.
I'm no ring keeper. That's my associate, but my name's Voka. I guess the practitioner and
I,
ticket boy.
M. Kesney of
And
Mystic
you.
Pursuits of the Suncut Bazaar, and also teacher of the magic arts to young children. We
Oh,
are having a class. I was supposed to have a class here with some of my young students here in the back room. Um, oh, is this one of my new students? She looks
he
down at
like
Zale.
he flicks his gaze down to Zeon. He's like, I mean, she's not too magically inclined and is also asleep.
I have some kids in the back if she would like some company while you are all having your celebration.
And he sweats like for just like thinks about it for a second. And he just kind of grasps, and he's just like he decides and relents, and it's like, what could an hour or two make a difference? And he like shakes Zale's shoulder.
Oh, oh no! Don't wake me up. I want to wix. Oh, it's a witch.
Uh, don't call random people witches.
But she's got a hat and she's hunched over. I
Fair
you
enough.
could call me a witch. My name is Kesney, and you are? I'm Zale. Um, do you like to dance? And Kesney just kind of gives her like a little narrowed look, kind of shakes for a second. I'm not in the mood for dancing. And she kind of looks over you, Voka, and says,
He
"No
smiles that
magic
wide.
powers. You
I
tried to hold back on Kesney, aren't you?"
yeah, I think you're. And he like rubs the back of his head. Yeah, I just worry about her.
Well, she
Kind of
grabs Zale's
person
hand
that.
and says, I will give you your first lesson for free. Come on. And she takes her, and Zale kind of waves and goes to the back. And she's like, and leans back, she leans down to Zale, and you overhear this. It's like, if you try any of those shenanigans on those kids in the back room, or any of my pets, I will turn you into a newt. And she kind of looks scared, and they head off into the back room.
Yes,
Voka,
And Kesley waves and says, "I would take good care of."
and Voka like grabs a cup that's just on the counter, sighs, and says, "I'm taking home a lizard tonight. I'm convinced."
I trust in Kevsney.
She's the best.
And he like narrows his eyes for a second in the direction he just relents and says, "If you two trust her, then I suppose so do I." Is there a bathroom in here?
There is, yes.
And Voka is gonna like almost
Well, an outhouse, right?
It's basically an
Yeah.
outhouse. Yeah,
Well,
it's,
yeah,
it's
but
basically it's a room that has the chamber pot.
yeah, if there's like a room or something that's just kind of slightly out of view, Voka's gonna like almost put the cup to his lips, think about it for a second, and he's gonna be like, 1 second. And he is going to go to a place where no one can view him for a second and
Superman
just, like,
change.
yeah, Superman, he's going to, you're just gonna like, if anyone is nearby, they would just hear like this melting and sound for like 5 seconds before a very beautiful lady walks out. And it's the form of the entertainer. With her little jumpsuit, and she walks back and she sits beside North and Laphus, and this very beautiful woman who has Voka's eyes just slams like a whole like beer in like one go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Voka.
It has
Okay.
it has been such a day.
A day, you say?
Quite just a couple of days, I suppose. Like her voice is a little different, it's a bit higher.
Are we gonna have to pretend like we don't know you?
You can know me.
Elixion comes back from talking with Dermot and sits down and says, "Good evening, my lady."
Oh, yes, small man. Hello.
That's Voka.
I
Don't
know. I
blow-
can tell I could tell from the eyes.
Don't blow my cover so easily. Come on. Have some fun with it.
Well, clearly he already knew. So
Like I need to know his voice drops back down in that like 1 second.
Like, no.
And he
so
kinda-
should we move on? Get out of here? No offense, Spike, but we did promise him a pub crawl.
I would like to hear all about this pub crawl. You're always welcome back here if the pub
You
crawl
were
is a
our
must.
first stop.
You have spent money with me, and you have spent a lot of money with me over the past month and a half. 2 months? It's quite some time.
I don't remember.
You're welcome here at any time.
Man,
Please.
Spike suddenly sounds so regal.
Sorry. He's a dwarf. He's got like I can do like I can't really do the gruff voice today. It's like
It's fine.
and he nods. Please tell Sky. Thanks for getting her that bird for us. So
Understandable.
it's just he was loud. It was just really annoying, and also really loud, really early in the morning.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy your pub crawl, he says. And the rivals stand up. And just like, is it okay if we go on this pub crawl with you? Dermot says.
I invited you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were here for.
I'm just making sure, you know.
Let's go.
I'm making it clear that you are invited. There we go.
Thank you. And you head out. What direction would you like to go from? You want to head further into like
the nearest one.
The nearest one. Okay.
We want to have like a string of places.
Okay.
I want to specifically, even though it's the nearest one, I kind of want to make my way south as like the night progressively goes on.
Mhm.
Mostly because Laphus kind of wants to head towards where they have the airships.
Okay. Well, the
Because I
airship.
don't want to make a stop by the puzzle cookie because I need to replenish.
Well, the
my
airships are
stuff.
kind of more north of.
Isn't north? Because I remember
It's
them
Sand
being
Hill District.
south.
It's Sand Hill District.
All right,
which-
then
yeah,
that way then.
that north. Yeah, it's kind of northish. Um, the you head about maybe 20 minutes walk, not even that. Um, and because you're in the Sigil District, and so the college crowd is out and
Ooh.
drinking, and you get to this bar called the Owl's Hoot. There's a sign out front with an upside down owl, kind of in profile, hanging from like a bat from a limb, a tree's limb. It has a blocky stone deck with scattered outdoor seating.
Okay, I'm a college dropout. I feel right at home.
As you open the rough tavern door, you're welcomed by a moderate gathering of patrons. Um, it seems just as welcoming here. You see a human. Um, he's short, 4'11", with an edgy face and long, wavy brown Matthew Mercer style hair. Long, but he has a goatee.
Tiny Matt Mercer.
Tiny
I
Matt
like-
Mercer.
Little
I
baby
like-
Matt Mercer.
Baby members.
And he's wearing a flowing gray tunic and off-white pants.
I thought you were gonna say he was gonna be wearing a vest.
He definitely was wearing a vest, though, black vest, along with that. There's a lot of sturdy wooden high-top tables, and there's a hearth with a roaring flame within. To the left is a stone staircase up to inn rooms. The bartender sees you come in. There's a large group. Please be seated. Be seated. Anywhere you'd like to be.
I'm just gonna go over to the bar and I'm gonna say, give me like your best ale, and then give me like whatever signature cocktail you got.
Okay. Roll a 10-sided for me.
You're not excused.
3.
3.
This is it's a little red drink with a piece of fruit on it, but it's like kind of like almost like a mini shot. It's called, and he says, "One Demon's Paradise."
Take that, and I take the ale, and I head over to where most of the people were sitting, and I put both of them in front of Alexian,
Mm-hmm.
and just goes, "All right, you're either an ale guy or you're a cocktail guy. Let's see which one you like."
And he looks at it, and kind of strokes his chin for a second, scratches his head. He's like,
Oh, you can just Jaeger bomb them.
What does that mean?
You take
North
the
knows all about it.
You take the shot and you put it in there.
Why would you do that? I mean, would that enhance the taste?
Uh-huh.
It depends.
I think I'd like to try
I mean,
them
it doesn't
independently.
look like it would mingle well though. These
You see some
takes a sniff. Okay, maybe
it's
not.
spicy. It's real spicy. You see
Wow.
some seeds floating around on the top of it.
Spicy could work.
Depends
Spicy
on the
could
ale,
work.
right?
He takes the ale and takes a sip of it. And I'm gonna roll. Okay, and he takes the drink, takes a sniffs it. It's more flavorful.
And Voka's she's like Voka, she's leaning on like the side of the table and just like looking back like she's interested in like what's going on and is thoroughly entertained.
And he slowly lets the demon's paradise drift down down his throat. My mouth kind of hurts a bit. Ooh.
Mhm.
I don't think he knows about spice.
Oh, well, everyone knows about spice.
I mean, living in the city of the elves and the orcs, everything was plant-based, and there wasn't much spice there. Lots of rice.
I would have.
Foods with rice.
I'm
in
surprised there was not much spice in Jorhas.
it. No, I'm talking about.
Well,
In
I mean,
the-
you've been to Jorhas too, as well,
yes,
right?
yes. There's some there, but I just don't have much memory of it. But he actually like holds up a hand and gets the bartender to order another one.
Oh, so he likes the spice.
Yeah, so he likes the spice. So, um, Lapis, make a perception check.
Ooh. I'm like one of the few people who doesn't drink. Ooh, I don't notice jack shit.
Does
Okay.
my new 21 passive perception find anything?
Yeah, you see Irvin in the shadows, kind of watching. The
Yeah,
whole-
she's
I will not make blatant eye contact with him.
she's going to because I rolled a nat one. She instead is like holding on to like the ale and like slowly passes it over to Galsariad.
Mm-hmm. And Galsariad slowly passes it over to Maggie and pours it into her giant mug, but then like orders another one up and then pours the second one into filling it up to the top. So, Elixian says, "I really like this. This is quite delicious." Um,
Well,
the-
now we know that he's more of a cocktail man.
Mars
Um,
is gonna actually order some Jaeger bombs for the group Sans Lapis.
Okay. And so your server for the evening.
Well, no, one for Lapis, but just like for the appearance of it, and then they're
Yeah.
gonna drag it over.
it's the bonus one. It's like
Yeah. Buy one, get one.
your server is a high elf, and he comes over and introduces himself as Bundrag from Minor, with a diamond-shaped face and a short yellow hair. And he's like, Jaeger bombs for everyone?
Everyone.
And he comes over with a big plate
Hey,
tray. Yes.
including the guy at the back.
Yes. He did come in with, yes, the others. Yes. He is included. And he comes back with a big tray and sets out the shot glasses, like lines them up, the ales, to whatever the drink is. Not it's Jaeger bombs.
It's not Jägermeister, but
yeah,
it's...
but yeah, it's whatever they are. And
It's
sets
his
them up.
versions of Fantasy Jägermeister.
It's the Jägermeister.
This is a pepper ice freeze.
Ooh.
Is the name of these Jaeger bombs. Pepper ice freeze.
Boop.
And shloop, everybody drinks. The let's see, Irvin's 3 actually.
I'm gonna have to count mine as well. Hold on.
Yeah.
I
Ios.
should know mine.
Yeah. Maggie's up to 2 XL. She passes on the Jaeger bomb. She just wants to keep drinking ale.
She's an ale gal.
Who's taking her drink then? Is it gals?
Is gals. Total gals.
Oh, Gal is gonna be sloshed by the end of that.
Yeah.
They traded. And Voka was she takes a drink and has an unsurety about what this specifically is because she's never really drinking anything outside of ale or beer. That betrays her very elegant face.
Let's see. Dermot comes over to you, Lapis, and says, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
And I don't know if you saw, but he kind of tilts his head toward Irvin in the corner.
She's just gonna look right over and then look back over at Dermot and just goes, I don't know what you want me to do. I mean, I'm here for this guy. And she points over at Elixian. I'm here to just show him a good time.
Okay. I'll make sure stays out of trouble.
Hey, look, he is fine to join as long as he doesn't talk to me.
He nods and says, okay. He kind of sighs, and he's just trying to keep the peace, and goes over and takes a big. Actually, goes over, drops the drink into the other drink, and slowly drinks the Jaeger bomb.
Oh, and I
Pepper.
thought Dermot wasn't gonna
Dermot could hit
drink.
it.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Hey guys, I remember that the Wacky Jackal had an open mic like thing. I wonder if they have that tonight.
The Wacky Jackal.
Did you want to go to the
That's
Wacky
where we
Jackal?
met Satrak for the first time. And we were all sitting there just like being completely dejected at the thing. Just like, what the fuck?
Oh, don't tell. Is it jokes? Is it gonna be jokes?
Oh,
How do
Yeah,
please,
it was
please,
the horrible comedy
please.
club.
Please.
And
Where was that? Was that Suncut Bazaar?
Oh shit, it was Suncut Bazaar though.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's why it's a pub crawl.
Yeah.
you're
You can get over
crawling.
there.
All right,
And,
after the Wacky Jackal, though, there's something I gotta do before everybody gets sloshed and it gets too dangerous.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
You'll find out after the Wacky Jackal. And
Okay.
I'm gonna make it a rule right now. You drink anytime somebody makes a pun.
I'm already 3 in.
Yeah. Let's make that
Okay.
3 more in a row.
That's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, Voka rolls her eyes and says, "What a time for Pollux to be missing. I think he would thoroughly enjoy all this."
Yeah, I guess so. Wherever you went. Let's just go. Let's go.
Okay. So
I mean,
you
at the
finish
same
your
time,
drink.
was it even a good idea to do a pub crawl with Orgoth with his little drinking issues?
I mean, it's a whole celebration. It's a completely different thing than drinking away your feelings.
Yeah, but alcohol is alcohol.
We
I
could.
mean, he's not here, so
Yeah.
Should we be worried about that?
I mean, maybe he just
I mean, he's a safe city-ish.
maybe he
Most of
just
the
ran
Rudium.
into someone. Imagine if he
Safe.
ran into Question, that would be terrible.
Cut to Orgoth. And Orgoth, you're suddenly awakened by this rough tongue licking you across your face.
Oh,
And it's just like you feel like defoliating your skin. Like it's just completely just like rip. I'm having a brain fart. What's Jamil's cat's name again? I'm trying to remember. Can anyone remember? I'll think of it later. I did not write it down. But the cat, Jamil, kind of like holds back on the cat. The cat's like he interrupted the cat's fun time, and you look over and you see Jamil in his high curator robes, and sitting next to him is Question in a nice dress. I mean, not really like out on the town dress, but just like a nice what she doesn't normally wear. She's not in her work clothes. The cat's on the floorboard, and you're lying down on the other bench across the way from both of them, and the carriage is traveling. It seems to be heading towards the Cool Flame.
Good kitty.
It's okay. It's okay.
And he's very confused. He's like, thank you, Jamil. I was, and he kind of reaches back and feels the wound. Which
you feel a bandage.
Particularly nasty, right?
Yeah.
It's just what was on the on the blade.
There's you feel a bandage. Zephyr is the name. Yes, Zephyr was the name of the cat. Thank you. And you feel a bandage back there where the wound was. And he leans over and passes you a potion. So drink this. It will remove all traces of the toxin in your system.
Thank you. And he'll drink it right down.
And you're no longer poisoned.
And it's, and he looks up and he sees Question, and he kind of doesn't know what to do.
And she's like really confused too. Make an insight check.
Oh, alrighty. Let's just see how that goes. I have rolled a total of a 6.
Okay.
I'm still pretty out of it.
She's kind of she's very distant right now.
Yeah, he's like, I don't, we stopped the source of the of the of the infections and the rudium, and the people should be getting better.
We were hoping. I was on my way to the palace to speak with Saward about the situation.
I think we're supposed to see him tomorrow. Is everybody? Did it do anything? Are people?
All traces of rudium throughout the
Okay.
city appear to have vanished completely.
Okay. So everybody's okay, and he kind of like does that weird like side look at Question, and he's like,
Question
you
has her arms
okay?"
crossed. She's nervous.
Okay.
Question's like, I'm glad that you're safe, that you're okay. What happened?
We there was a lot of there's a whole sunken underground remnants of a city or a place, and rooms kept changing, and like scary giant multi-toothed weird red gem encrusted aquatic creatures, and monsters, and like hands, the grabby hands and eyeballs, and a giant moon type thing, and bad sign babies, and then we had to end up freeing the freeing Elixion. So, and when we did that, everything started to fall on itself and crumble, and all the rudium started to disappear, and we barely escaped out. And that was, I mean, this is just
So you decided to go out and get drunk?
I'm not drunk. I got stabbed and poisoned.
Jamil says,
meet everyone.
I don't think he has any alcohol. He did not have any alcohol in his breath, dear. And Question kind of like, sorry.
Yeah, I haven't been doing that. I was gonna let you know, and he starts like feeling around, and he realizes he has his he has some stuff with him, and I think in that moment he's like, I was gonna, and he's looking at Question, let you know that we were safe, and he realizes he doesn't have the sending stone.
Oh yeah.
Because North has it. And he's like, but everybody's okay.
Jamil says, I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure we'll get more details of your encounter with whatever monstrosity was.
I'm sure Laphus or North can tell it better. I'm sorry. I'm a little.
You were just you nearly died. That was a dangerous toxin. Have you gone to the police? Have you gone to the Hand of Ord about this?
No, it just happened. just a little bit ago, and I didn't have a chance to talk to anyone until you two and the kitty cat saved me.
We went out of our way. I told the driver to take us to the Cool Flame. Question says, my friends told me that my girlfriends told me that apparently there was going to be some sort of pub crawl tonight. They overheard it from Galsariad and Irvin and Io.
Yeah, Laphus wanted to take our friend Alex out and show them around Oncarel. And I think, celebrate the fact that we're all not dead.
It is a good thing to celebrate, Jamil says. I'm going to roll.
I didn't mean to take you out of your way.
No, it is. If you're not seeing Jamil, if you're not seeing Jamon tonight, then there was plenty of time for me to get to the palace. We are happy to take you wherever you'd like to go. Will one of the other three of you, roll a 20-sided? I want to see how close the carriage is to where you are currently. Who wants to do it?
I can do it.
Okay, just roll 20-sided. Tell me what you rolled.
Okay. Wow, the dice aren't happy with me. That's another one. I'm glad these aren't actually.
The carriage pulls up to the Cool Flame.
Oh, that was fast. Never mind.
But you're not at the Cool Flame, so.
Are you coming in? He's kind of looking at both of them.
I'm Jamil says, I do need to get to the palace to speak with Saord on matters of city security.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
Question still looks uncomfortable. Like, really? Like, she wants to say something, but...
Right. Okay. Thanks for the ride and the life-saving thing. And I guess
Zephyr leans over and just gives you another lick on the face, just leaving a red mark on your...
And Orgoth will do that quick engage, the like scratch.
Zephyr does not like that and starts growling.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm okay. Bye. And Orgoth just bails out. And I think kind of like stumbles out of the, like he tries to get out, but he's not very dexterous in doing it.
You notice Question as the carriage starts to pull away, watching you out the window, and she gives you a little kind of wave of her fingers at you.
And he kind of like sheepishly waves back and turns around, and as he starts heading into the Cool Flame, he's like, idiot, damn it, idiot. And he's like, goes up and walks through the door to the bar.
Back at the owl suit, the high elf, Bundreg, is like, another round, or are you headed out?
Heading out.
We're headed out. How much do I owe you?
It's all right. I got the tab.
No, I got it. I got it.
No. You can get the next. You get the horrible comedy club. I'll get this, and then I'll get the one after.
All right then. I get the horrible comedy.
And this
club.
is 2 gold, 5 silver.
Done.
Yeah.
She gives him 3 gold and just
he nods.
Heads on out. She makes sure that she always has Alexian to hold on to her, because as a time is going to wear on, she knows that he's going to get more and more drunk.
Yeah. Did I describe him having the cane yet? He's not using the cane. He's just kind of leaning on you. He could have picked up a cane when you bought new clothes.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah,
He probably has like another cane on his other hand.
yeah. So he's got a cane. He's on your arm, and you head off into the streets toward the Wacky Jackal, which is toward the Suncut Bazaar.
Yeehaw!
And you head in.
How bad is it?
It is crowded, and it is Slam Poetry Night. Lots of students from the Crystal Chateau, and like you go in, and there's like somebody speaking about red dust everywhere, everywhere. The teachers are sad. The teachers are sad.
Immediately after she hears that, Laphus is like, all right, I'm going to be outside.
Was it not you two who told us to come here?
That was North. I'm going to...
What are you talking about? This is like the greatest place ever.
You all have fun. And she's going to stay... She's actually going to stay outside.
Okay.
Cynthia.
Let's see. North and let me find an NPC generator. It's a female Goliath named Bear Stalker.
Ooh.
And she is the MC for the evening. And she comes up to the front of the stage. She got her arms crossed. She's 7'2". Has a mohawk.
Oh.
Tall gal.
Tall gal.
Oh,
It's
mama.
like, do we have any other?
I will push gals forward.
Gals is going to make a dexterity saving throw at a disadvantage. He rolled a natural 20 and a 14.
Shit.
So he kind of ducks over and kind of deftly pushes you forward, North.
Oh,
as you try to do it.
can I save against that?
Yeah. Make a save. Make a dexterity save.
With a 30 save, Ron.
Yeah. So basically, it just becomes like a big tangle of everything. And
Oh, Goliath lady looks at those two and says, it seems like these guys want to have a slam poetry slam off.
that is a perfect idea. A slam poetry slam off. Both of you
God.
on stage now.
It's your fault.
And
God
you hear
damn it.
snapping, clicking of fingers.
Oh my god.
Voka cheers from the audience.
I need a drink for that. I need a drink for that. Can
Roll
you
a-
line me up
roll-
a shot, please?
Roll a 10-sided die.
That's gonna be a 4.
4. What would be in a fancy blaze?
Yes.
Gals has a cherry blossom eclipse.
Of course he does.
Very florally.
It's very florally. And you get your drinks and you're up there on the stage. And I'd like you to roll. This is going to be a charisma roll to see who goes first. So just add your charisma.
No, ow. 8.
13. Gals goes. You go first. Like
I go
deferring to you.
first.
Yes, deferring to you. He gets the choice.
Slam off. Okay, slam off. I'm totally gonna go like 22 Jump Street on that. Fear! Fear in the eyes of my opponent! My opponent! Terror! As he knows he cannot win defeat! He thinks he's hot shit! The only thing he got in common with shit is he stank!
The child speaks not the truth, the gravity of the situation, and you hear Irvin go in the back.
Mhm.
The gravity of the situation is quite grim indeed. Her mad beats are not fun to listen to.
The only gravity there is in this situation is the one that your mama's has, since it's so big.
You have been eliminated, the Goliath says to North, and points to a sign that says, "No, your mama jokes."
Oh shit!
In Voka, who's in the audience, and he was naturally gravitated to sitting next to Dermot, even though she's not in the same form anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just yells like a drink in her hand. I demand a recount.
Would you like to go up against our champion?
No. And she slams back. Like she just slams back this person. I think it's really funny from Dermot's shoes because he doesn't recognize this lady, but she's acting very familiar with them.
Do the rivals get the inside info that that's Voka, the lady is Voka?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't mind. This is just his own personal form he wants to drink in.
I felt like I don't know if they would have heard Laphus say that like aloud, being when she told Alexian, being like, "Oh yeah, that's Voka."
Yeah, Alexian would know. He's just super smart that way. But
Yeah.
the rivals do not know.
And I think halfway through the interaction, she she leans down to because she's a little taller now, and it's kind of loud in hearing. She does the club whisper in in Dermot's ear, being like, "Oh, sorry," and she's just reaching that kind of silly stage at this point. And she's like, "It's Voka, by the way."
Dermot kind of narrows his eyes.
And he looks into her eyes, and it's the same.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, you're quite the trickster." That's fun.
That's usually what I do. Yes. Did you make change? Call me Aurora, if you would.
Aurora, yes. Ron's gonna write that down because I will forget.
Thank you.
Sleeping Beauty. Okay. Aurora, yes. Nice to meet you, Aurora. Do you come here? He kind of looks around awkwardly, a little overly tipsy for only having one drink, and says, "Do you come here often? Is that what people are supposed to say?" Oh, so people are not supposed to say that. No, okay.
I mean, maybe they do. I was more focused on what was on stage. What was that?
Something about beat slam poetry. I don't know what it is either. We did have a talent show a long time ago back in Bazozan. It was. Did anybody do beat poetry during the talent show? This sounds like something that somebody would have. I'm surprised that Pollux isn't here. I'm sure that he would be on stage singing.
I said the same thing, that it was such a shame that he missed out, but unfortunately he's kind of AWOL. I haven't been able to get in contact with him.
Interesting. Laphus, you're outside. What do you do?
Just probably book in hand, waiting for them to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like near enough that she can easily walk over to help Alexian, but far away that she doesn't have to listen to whatever's going on stage.
Got it. Okay. There are a few outdoor seats for it's maybe tables that are kind of fenced off, that there's actually a waiter that comes and checks on you all occasionally, but is not really expecting to serve anybody out here. There's a sign as the escape room. And Alexian finally comes out and sits down next to you and says,
you couldn't handle it either?
It was quite a lot of nonsense.
That's slam poetry for you.
Are North and Galsariad a thing?
No, they just have like a little rivalry going on.
Oh.
He tried to kill her at some point, but then, after a while they got their revenge on gals and it's just
Just
yeah.
back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, you could say it's if it were anything else, you would think that they would be like, uh enemies to lovers situation.
What does that mean?
Oh, when you hate someone so much that eventually it becomes like an affection and you slowly start to respect each other and feelings start to grow.
You see an idea form in his mind, and he's like, they seem like they would be good together.
I don't believe so. You don't know North as well as you would hope you do.
Perhaps, but
I mean, even after all the times that we've managed to stay around each other, not even we know that much about North.
tell me about North. What do you
Like
know
what
about them?
Well, it's not up for me to say because North likes to keep their secrets close to them. There's several things that I know that probably others don't, but I'd rather not say that aloud.
He nods his head and says, I'm so used to sharing myself from the time I was trapped, calling out for help. That makes sense. That completely makes sense, actually. I did not mean to pry.
Oh, you're fine. I know you're just making small talk and the alcohol's probably getting to your head.
And I am feeling something I have not felt. I didn't really have time to drink like this when back in many years ago. Um, and he kind of like, you see him kind of like lean on the cane for support a little bit. And he says, where to next?
Well, whenever they're done doing crimes against humanity, there's some place that I want to take you specifically, but I'm sure the rest of them would enjoy it.
Inside, you hear drunken Galsariad yelling at North, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck.
You wouldn't know.
The wild cackling laughter from Voka ensues.
Orgoth, just to speed things along, you were pushed like in the general direction of where they headed, and you found a bower called the Owl's Hoot, and who basically pushed you out the door and said yes, and an entire group of people headed that direction. Something about a comedy club? I mean, you're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Oh yeah. Right. The Jackie's whacking. No. Wacky Jackal. Right. Okay. And Orgoth's gonna try to find.
The Eric, the bartender, says, I would avoid that place tonight. They're doing slam poetry. Ugh.
Is that okay? So I came up with this thing called chess boxing, where you play chess and then like one for like 3 minutes.
That sounds
And
like
then if
something
you
that
don't
the
win that
audience
round,
at the
then
Wacky
you
Jackal would
fight.
love
So
to hear about. So why don't
is
you
this
just
like is like slam poetry the same thing where you have to rhyme for a minute and then punch people for it? Because I could. Oh,
Yes.
that sounds amazing, actually.
And he pushes you out the door and
Orgoth
shows
will-
you where to go from here. So
All right, he'll make his way there. However he needs to get there.
The drunkenness, you know how like drunk people start slowing down a little bit, like they're kind of get involved in things and it's hard to get them go to the next location. That's what's happened here. And Laphus, you see Orgoth coming down the street toward you. And Alexian is sitting next to her.
Oh, well, there you go. Orgoth made it, finally.
Evening, Orgoth.
Hey, uh, uh, Alex,
He laughs.
Laphus. Um,
I'm
The rest of the
having
group-
sorry.
I'm having a rotten walker, whatever that is. It's kind of a little bit smelly, but
Oh, that sounds potent.
The rest of them are inside doing slam poetry. I couldn't stand it.
Okay, so I tried to ask this other partner, is that like a combination? You remember chess boxing? Remember that? Is this
Yeah.
like poetry version of chess? Is it like you do a poem for a minute and then you like slam somebody on the? Is it that kind of thing?
No,
don't know
it's
what that
it's
is.
it's just the poems. It's just poems. And not very good ones where you mostly speak from the heart. And it doesn't have to rhyme. Yeah, no, it's
I
like
didn't
one of the
understand the
lowest
rhyming.
forms.
It seems like if you're going to tell a poem, it needs to rhyme.
Or have certain things like 5, 7, 5 syllables on each line, like a haiku or something. But no, slam poetry is just it's the lowest form of poetry in my opinion.
Is Voka with everybody?
Yeah, they're in there. They're currently in the form of a woman.
Okay.
But yeah, they're in there.
All right. I wonder if
She should be
you've
next
got any-
to Dermot.
if they have any healings. You don't have a healing potion on you, by the way, do you? I
Yeah.
left mine back in the room. I didn't think I'd need it, but then Eleanor tried to kill me, so I think she did, maybe.
Oh.
You look at it as a big
But I
bloody
got better.
splotch on the back of his nice shirt.
Yeah, and he kind of turns and shows you where, like, because he's in his really nice suit that he bought for the ball, and you can see where a blade obviously went in the back.
You
of
also
the
see
jacket.
like half of his face is just like red, as if he like just did a facial exfoliation on one side of his face and not the other.
Well, no.
Yeah, she stabbed me with like a poison blade, and then I think that almost killed me. Maybe I'm not it.
Well, you're not
So,
dead.
No, I'm really, I'm very quite seriously injured, actually. But Jamil saved me. That was nice.
Oh,
And
wow.
the cat. Somebody was trying to take my money. It's been kind of a fucked up night so far. Basically.
Well, you came to the right time. We're all just having a great old time. And she reaches into a pouch and passes him the superior healing potion.
And he's gonna drink it because I don't know what's gonna happen later tonight. But he's at 1 hit point, so I'll drink that for
Okay.
whatever it does.
Okay. Superior is 8d4 plus 8. I can't remember.
Okay,
I think.
Yeah, it's
my-
8d4 plus 8.
Yeah.
I'll roll that on my own time.
Yes. Okay. Inside the bar, Irvin has had a couple of drinks and is actually sitting with Dermot and Voka now. And Dermot and Voka actually sorry, Voka, Irvin leans over to you and says, "Have we met?"
Oh, no, I don't believe so. I recognize you from. And he's like, the wheels are turning in her head, and she's like, oh, and she like snaps. She's like, I can't tell you where I saw a visage of you, but I think I've seen you somewhere before.
I don't like to be seen out in public much, but I was competing.
That's where I saw you in the Coliseum. Yes.
Yes. My name is Irvin.
Oh, wait.
Irvin Wastewater.
Was Irvin on or out in the Coliseum whenever the announcer said, "Yeah, you've been dumped"?
Oh God.
Yeah, he make a history check because you may not have. I'm gonna see if you connect this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
because you've seen him fight because he was part of the team.
15. Do I remember it?
Well, the 15. Oh, that's close. Yeah, I think you do with a 15.
And Voka,
It takes you a bit of time to connect, but
he's gonna like she's gonna lean over and be like, "Oh, I am," and she like puts like a hand on his shoulder. "I am so sorry that happened to you."
you see Dermot kind of lean over and just put his hand on Irvin's shoulder. This is their friend Voka, the favorite fuse friend. And suddenly, the right light of recognition pops in his eyes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude."
And like Voka like grabs him, like he tries to get up, and like Voka's like hand is already on his shoulder, and she just like slams him back down and seat. "No, stay. We were already talking."
And he says, "Drinks," and tries to get more drinks brought to the table, and he orders doubles for the entire table. North, what do you do?
And it terrifies me that the safety that I felt in the womb of my mother is the last time I felt the safest, because the system that is supposed to protect us from the evil, from the bad, from the thieves, and from addiction, it serves the status quo. It serves the people in their houses, in their manners, while we poor people keep going.
And after your performance, Galsariad's gotten bored and has like left the stage, and you're just like on stage, like
North's had
going.
like 2 more drinks, so they're
Yeah.
just like
Yeah. You have like there's like these college age kids that come up to you all wearing black turtlenecks.
Oh god.
And they're all like,
Oh no, do you want to join our sorority?
yeah, they are like,
No.
Would you like to come to our extracurricular, what is it called when it's like an after college, after like the what's it called, there's a name for it when you have like
extracurricular activities?
extracurricular activity, like college has like a thing it's called, it's like an event, like a social, like, do you want to come to our social?
No, brother, I've left that life behind like 120 years ago.
But you're fantastic. You
not.
speak as if you've lived through something.
I speak from the heart, brother.
And they all just like snap at you.
I'm gonna walk straight out.
Laphus, first one out.
Dump like, I don't know, like, I'm drunk. I don't know how to count 5 gold on the table as I
You head out. Maggie is gathering. Maggie comes up to the table, Voka, and everybody's had their drinks, like double drinks.
He was absolutely talking Irvin's ear off now.
Yeah, and
That was,
Irvin's
like,
talking back. He says stuff like, do you ask him? What are the things that you ask him?
I mean, he doesn't. She doesn't really bring up the Coliseum, like what happened at the Coliseum again.
Yeah.
But she's more like talking like about like I think they got eventually like on a topic about like fighting and like battle tactics and just like about the city of Ankara. And right now they're kind of on the topic of like the spice trade.
Got it. When you talk about like fighting and stuff like that, he tells you that he was originally from a bugbear clan in like I know I'm not a bugbear, but
well, you don't look like one.
I was born into the bugbear clan, waste walkers, and and you get the sense he starts talking about his history of fighting and learning to like live amongst the bugbears, and you get the sense that even with the alcohol, he's making stuff up a little bit. No insight check needed.
And she just smiles and says, Oh, but I don't know. Like she's like pushing. She's like, but I know that isn't all. Like, come on.
He kind of looks over at Dermot, and Dermot's like making a religious hand symbol and holding it to the dodecahedron. That he has a 12-sided die, that 12-sided solid on his chest armor, and he's wearing his holy armor. He's definitely wearing it, and
He was
like,
born in it, and he's
Yeah.
not gonna die in it.
yeah, he kind of presses the symbol, like the hand symbol, to his chest, and goes a little quick prayer and says, "My friend, I think you need someone to talk to," and points at Voka.
And Voka sees that they're getting a little personal, and she goes, oh. And like in that kind of, man, you can always talk to me.
And Maggie comes up and says, puts an empty, like, giant, like, it's gotten 3 times as big. It's just the almost like the size of a keg, like a little small mini keg.
Have they noticed at all that North just left?
Yeah, that's what Maggie is trying to get them to leave. Slams it down. It's like, we're going.
And like Voka, like, as like, who's now kind of just like into like this whole like social activity thing he's never done before.
Mm-hmm.
Is like now pulling Irvin and like Dermot by the hands, and he's like, come, we must make merry elsewhere. And he leans over Irvin. Do tell though.
North, as you head toward the door, leaving.
Yeah, Alzayo, we're fucking off.
Okay, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. The like, it's about 10 of them, and they all come to the door, and they make a little tunnel, and they do snaps at you as you go through the tunnel.
I will bow before I leave. Not just gonna be out the door. I'm just like, I ridiculed myself.
So, first one out is North, and followed by Io, and then Maggie pushing everybody else out, and you all see Orgoth sitting at the table.
There you are. Hi.
And when Laphus sees Irvin, like, with Voka holding on to him, she like flips him off and then turns away.
Okay. He blushes for a second and tries to hide it from Voka a little bit, but okay.
Oh,
Does he fail?
he's into it. He's into
Make-
the denial.
Make an insight check, Voka.
Ooh, I don't think. Give me a second. What's my insight? Plus 8, 16.
Yeah, you see it.
And he does like, you know, like the cat gif where it's like the ooh. He's like his like eyes are like darting like fiendishly cat like darting one from Irvin to like Laphus back
Yeah.
to Irvin.
And he says, I'll tell you later. And he's trying to break out of the sadness, but the alcohol has him a little bit, so.
This is the night for making better. And she calls over to Orgoth in this form and says, "I'm so glad you could make it, my friend. You're late."
Oh yeah. Right. And he kind of looks at Laphus and like, oh right, got it. Right. Yeah. Oh.
You're
muted. You went muted.
Yep.
Yeah, somehow you muted yourself.
I started talking and I
You hit
hit
the
the
button.
thing with my finger. Get away from the keyboard, vile keyboard. Yeah, he looks at Laphus and then like, oh right, what you said. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, sorry, I'm late. I got stabbed, but it's okay.
It looks like he's sobered
the
up.
fuck,
Like,
Orgoth?
it's like when something happens when you like force yourself to like get a little unsilly, and he kind of like breaks away just like temporarily from Irvin and Dermot. And it's like, do you need my? I can.
Well, I mean, Laphus gave me a really big healing potion. I'm probably okay. I don't think Eleonora's gonna come at me with everybody around again.
Wait, she did that?
Oh,
Yeah,
who?
but this is but this celebration day, right?
Oh, that bitch.
It's-
Alexian comes up to you and says, I will make sure, I will make sure that you are safe, and no harm will come to you this evening.
Good job, Grandpa.
Thanks. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Yeah. And I think Orgoth looks around and then sees all the rivals there. What are the rivals? We don't have the best relationship anymore.
No, they're kind of
what's
like
their vibe?
yeah. They're kind of like Dermot's like Dermot has talked to them, so they're kind of like on a scale of like 1 to 10. It's probably a 4 or 5 right now.
Okay.
Like you're just there.
He,
Yeah.
he's gonna see them all, and he's like, um, I know I probably have to talk to all of you individually, but I just want to say before we, and if you don't want me to go, I won't go. But a wise person once said, and he looks at Dermot when he says this. He says,
Mhm.
your character is reflected in the company you keep. And in that regard, I am fortunate to come to have known you all. And I am so sorry for what I did. And I've blamed it on external forces, and I don't even know how much of that's true anymore. But I've set all that aside, and I'm sorry.
There's a bit of silence.
Wow, that kind of harsh the vibe, Orgoth.
Maggie kind of reaches for a handkerchief, like a giant-sized handkerchief, and hands it to you. And Galsari goes, "To the next bar. Let's
Yeah,
go."
fuck yeah. Where, Laphus, it's your turn.
Yeah, we're not exactly going to a bar, but they do have
Boo.
alcohol there.
Oh, there we go.
And she's actually going to take them onto an airship where they do serve alcoholic drinks there
Ooh.
as it flies over the city.
Mm-hmm.
And she did that because she remembered them doing it when she was on her very first date with Irvin.
Irvin, like, remembers and is like, yeah. Not as talkative Voka, but the airship is really, really beautiful. The city is beautiful at night. Cool, surprisingly cool for a desert city up this high. The
Neff is
cocktails.
gonna drag like Elixion over to the side so he can see like
He
all of
looks.
that.
He
That's
looks
exactly why she did it, too.
Yeah, he looks out and he's just amazed. And this used to be all jungle and forest and rivers and lakes.
Wait, fuck, Laphus is on an airship. We're gonna die.
Hey, I was in an airship before and we didn't die.
Elixion, looking back at you, interrupting his speech, says, "She is under my protection too. No harm will come to any of us."
I believe you.
Laphus is gonna be all the way up to at like the very tip top end of the ship. So she's just like there, just like looking down at the city.
Yeah. And he continues and says, "Grumsh's strike at the heart of this city changed the landscape. I don't know if anything I can do can bring that beauty back. But it looks like mankind and the civilization here that grew is just as beautiful." And you see kind of a tear. Laphus, take inspiration.
I already still have my inspiration.
You can give that inspiration to someone else if you wish.
Maybe, if I remember that I have it.
Okay. You have to do it before the end of the episode. Okay.
You can just do it now and then take the new one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone still has super inspo though from last time.
I use mine, I believe.
I did too, but you could give it to Elixion. He can have it.
Yeah, you can give it to anyone. He kind of comes down, and has a ginger starlight. And it's a very fizzy drink. And it kind of tickles his nose and he laughs.
And is there like seating up here?
There is. It's lots of like there's like tables and lots of benches. Everything's like nailed down. And people are walking around. The ship is going slow enough that nothing is like going shaking back and forth. It's very, very smooth. The You hear kind of like a groan and a hiss of the broomstone alight in the engines, but other than that, it's just
And
coolly flying through the air.
I'd say like German, Irvin, or even if German's like off somewhere else, like Irvin and Iglesias, though they're still talking, and he's like Voka's like he's like probably withdrawn, and
Yeah.
Voka is like he's like talking, and he kind of realizes he's kind of withdrawn. He's like, and she kind of leans across the table, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like rather talk about like this mat like to another mat? Like I know, like I right now I'm a. Is it a little awkward? Is that what
No,
I'm getting at?
no. That's
Because I can change.
No.
I can change. Literally.
Honey, I can
I can change. I can change.
Mhm.
Okay. Irvin says, "You do not have to change on my account. I actually am going through some mental problems right now. Where, what do you know about the light?"
Ooh, like a torchlight, a light spell. You're gonna have to be a bit more
The
specific.
beacons, the Kryn dynasty.
Am I? I'm gonna. I history check that.
Make a history check. Yeah.
So he tells this motherfucker things, but he's like, I'm not gonna ever tell Laphus.
You wanted to tell Laphus, you flipped him off.
We're drunk.
He didn't even try to tell her.
19.
What do you mean he tried? He literally said Laphus was by herself, and instead of going up to her, he's like, "No, I'm just gonna stay here." What are you talking about, Ron?
I rolled a 19.
19. You know that they have a religion in the Kryn dynasty in Waldmount that the it's I'm trying to think of what you would know. They have a deity they worship called the Luxon that is unusual in that it's not one of the prime deities, and it's also known as the light, and it has to do with the worship of these beacons that are like located in several of the cities in the Kryn dynasty.
And Voka just like kind of like has like a cup in her hand, like kind of telling her, and she's like, I know some about it. So what are you getting at?
I need to speak to Laphus about this because I have hurt her, and I know you don't really know you.
You're right. I am very new to this like whole having like other people in my life thing. You're correct.
I need to tell.
She's right over there. Just go tell her. Like she's alone.
She doesn't want to speak with me.
Well, how do you know until you go speak to her? Come on. I will walk you up to these. I'll even hold your hand, and when we walk
You
up,
do not
come
have to hold my hand.
cut, and Voga like slams down like her goblet, and she starts tugging at her shoulder. Come on, let's go, come. As your friend, I would never mislead you, purposefully.
He stands up. He's like, I can handle this.
You can do it, come. And he's like, and she's like doing like the shove until they're at like the base of the stairs.
Mm-hmm. And he walks up toward Laphus, Hey, yeah, I don't
And
want
like
to. He kind of looks back at Voka, and he looks back at.
and like there's like a pillar, and like Voka does like double like thumbs up and like hides behind the pillar again.
There's like a little like dotted line around the shape of Voka where they were.
um, give me 2 seconds. I have to find some notes for myself. Give me a second. I usually copy my notes and like into the next note for the episode. Um, give me 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves.
I mean, whenever Voka was just like, "Go on, go," it just reminds me of like how a mom would be like, "Go on, go talk to him.
Go talk
You
to
want to
him."
be friends, don't you?"
And like Voka like stays like a respectable distance while like everyone's like often like peeking like to see if like they're okay.
Irvin takes a big breath and steps toward Laphus and kind of keeps his distance. And you don't get any sense of that anger from before. And you sense that he's trying to remain calm. I'm not going to apologize, but I need to.
You're not gonna apologize,
No,
but you need to.
no, that was Ron screwing up. This is. I'm trying to think. I have to tell you something. You don't have to forgive me, is what I wanted to say. But I
Oh, I
am
wasn't planning to.
truly sorry. I've been running from my past and my duties to one of the families of the Kryn dynasty, Den Hythenos. I have been consecuted 12 times, and my lineage can be traced back for hundreds of years. I've been reborn 12 times. And as a child, I ran away from the Bugbear clan, the Waste Walkers, who had been assigned to keep me safe. The rulers of Den Hythenos have wanted me to be a Numavi, an enlightened being. But without the influence of a nearby beacon, I was unable to incorporate my past selves into my memory. Being here in Ank'Harel has changed me, has I haven't been able to be myself. My past has been these ghosts talking to me, warning me of things that aren't really there. Dermot has been keeping my mental state under close watch, as he's been trained to do under the rules and leadership of the Luxon. The visions of my past lives are overwhelming, and I'm sorry that I have not been able to control myself and my feelings and my anger, because something within my past just looks at you and sees danger, and I just want to apologize for that.
Well, I'm not gonna forgive you,
I'm not.
especially now that you came up and started talking to me about this stuff after we broke up. It would have been nice to know earlier. It would have been nice to know if you would have just told me.
I'm aware of that. I thought I could control it. I thought I could keep it under control. I I don't want to be an Umavi. I don't want to be a religious leader. That is the most furthest thing from what I want to live my life.
What do
And
you want to be then?
he kind of adapts into that Irvin kind of suave, like swashbuckler kind of like pose. I just want to be myself. I want to be the Irvin that got into fights with the bugbears, the Irvin that was trained to hide and to be free.
There's nothing stopping you now. Nothing has ever been stopping you, except for yourself, obviously.
Yeah, I see that now. I should have told you before. I
Yeah, you should have.
I don't I enjoy your company and I hope that possibly we can still be friends. But again, you don't have to forgive me.
And I keep saying that I won't. Friends, maybe. I don't really take that word into account. Boyfriend, definitely not. I have standards.
He laughs at that. He says, give me a second. He says, um, sorry, I lost it. Sorry. He
That's all right.
says, I'm glad to hear that. I've enjoyed our conversations and I've enjoyed our time together. And I'll always have wonderful memories of you. And I
Fairly
want to
horrible memories as well, but you know.
I hope that the good memories can overwrite the bad.
Let's hope. She walks a couple of feet closer to him and she just puts her hand out
Mm-hmm.
and just tells him civilized relationship.
Civility always. And he shakes it.
You can go back now. You're kind of stinking up the area.
I'll go be suave somewhere else.
Oh, please do.
And he walks away.
And he like walks past Voka, who's like peeking out from behind a pillar, and she's just like, how did it go?
He kind of gives you a thumbs up, but keeps walking.
Oh, come now, don't be like it's like she's like following along.
Okay.
Give me the tea.
I want to
I want to know the gossip.
I'm very as you'll come to find out, I'm very nosy.
The airship starts kind of heading back to the skyport and docks, letting you off. They give you all a fruity drink with like just all sorts of like fruit on the edge of the glass in a what's the name of the ship? What should the name of the ship that you have been on that has been going around the city?
It has to be it should be like cool or cute. Like what's the vibe?
It's like some sort of
Silverleaf.
silverleaf. Oh, that's
Silverleaf.
good. Silverleaf. And it has you get these like
breaker, but I like Silverleaf.
you get these commemorative glasses with Silverleaf and a picture of the ship on it, drawn on it, etched on it, and it's filled with a fruity concoction with some sugared fruit on top.
They're like
In-
straw glasses.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's like those half coconut things that are like you get at the
Yeah.
cruise ships, yeah. And you leave. Where do you head from there? Lixian is kind of drunk now.
It's two of us, at least.
At least 2 more places.
Yeah, Voka's like almost there.
Okay.
Orgoth gives his drink to Maggie.
Okay.
They're
Maggie
leaving the ship.
Maggie's like a little bit cross-eyed, looks at the big giant tankard in her hand, takes it and just pours it on top of the ale, not even thinking. Kind of drinks it.
The taste and texture.
Takes her big finger and stirs it up. Not bad.
You're such a champ, Maggie. Well, you're actually a champ, though. You're the champion.
I am the champion, don't you?
You are
ever
the champion.
And she leans over towards you, like alcohol breath. Don't you ever forget it.
I won't forget it. I'm the one who said that you would be champion.
I know. And she gives you a kiss on the mouth.
Ah!
Yeah, Laphus is gonna look over at like Io, Gals, and all them, and it's just like, did you?
Everybody is in freeze frame.
North as well?
Voka's like the wide-eyed like smile scream.
You,
What's funny is that Orgoth was like right next to Maggie too.
Okay. That's
Yeah, I
the
think
thing
like when
that
that
happened.
happens and she's like, "You're the champion, don't you forget it." The kiss and everything. Like everyone is shocked, and Orgoth just looks super bummed out because he's not anymore. It's just like it's just night just gets worse and worse.
I'm appreciative of your affection. But let's keep it professional.
It is
Maggie.
professional.
It is
Yeah, I wanted to
professional.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And she takes a big gulp and continues off onto the elevator down to the.
Didn't
Can
you
I
wanna go to
sneak
that
my
one-
drink into hers?
That was a professional kiss.
Yeah.
Can I sneak my drink into hers because I feel like North at that point is ordering a water.
Yes, yes.
Just like opening a little sachet, pouring it in there, just like making
What is that?
Pedialyte.
What is that drinking game? King's Cup, where it's just like everything gets.
Yeah,
poured
everything
into-
gets mixed in.
That's what her cup is becoming right now. Actually, it's Champion's Cup. So
Oh well, that works.
Yeah, I think it's like Maggie walks off and North is feeling like Orgoth just like almost to know it's like Maggie's back is like just wanted to apologize and oh, what? It's just like
I do
think-
apologize for what, Orgoth.
no, you you know. Well, let's talk tomorrow. I actually need to talk to you tomorrow. Tonight's probably not good. I'm starting.
Yeah,
to
no,
realize
tonight's not the night. I mean, tonight is that night, but tonight's not the night.
Yeah.
As the night goes on, and I'm sure we stop by the place that has the cookie so North can
mhm.
A restock.
restock.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like at some point
And share one
Laphus-
with Alexian.
Oh.
how does Alexian respond?
These taste different than what I expect them to.
Oh my God! Don't. My God! Look! Don't eat. Maybe have one. If you eat too many, it's like it ends up bad.
Just the one.
Right?
Just the one.
Just have one. They're weird cookies. You'll end up in the back. Like, in the alley. Don't eat too many of those cookies.
I'm actually
Voka's-
looking up his stats
yeah,
currently.
he's-
Give me a second.
Voka like swirls like the last of his drink down and like kind of like tucks the cup away in his pocket. And he just like it's just a cookie.
Oh, you want one?
Yeah, sure, why not? And she snatches it.
Voka, you have an edible in your hands.
Of course, it's edible. North, it's a cookie. And he eats it.
Voka, Irvin kind of walks by and says, "If you want the real stuff," and he holds a bag and like picks out like a joint out of it. And puts
That's
it back
why
in
I'm
the bag.
restocking, motherfucker. That's just the
And-
cookies, but I'm also kicking the grass.
His like eyes wide. He's like, "Oh my god, it's drugs."
Oh, it's the drugs. I would like one Mary Jane, please.
And Voka looks at the
Can
camera and
I
says,
have some of that sticky achy?
the marijuana.
and in like a fourth wall breaking kind of moment, Voka looks at the camera and says, "Thank God I'm not a righteous god kind of cleric. Let's go."
Dermot has stopped
as-
drinking too, so he's
As the night goes on, I would feel like Laphus would, whenever everyone's starting to get tired, she's gonna go into like an actual inn, not a tavern, not anything like that, but like an inn that has like really really nice rooms. And she, for the first time, is going to indulge. And out of her bag, she's going to take out ashes. And out of ashes, she's going to take out the Jamon Saor's badge. And she's going to ask for free, probably like their presidential suite.
of course, anything for anyone under the command of Saord. Of course. And he bows several times and gives you this golden key, and takes you up, and you hear him yell to the kitchen, just like, wake up! We have to prepare a feast now! And you
Feast.
and
Well,
they lead
people
you up.
got to eat before, to get rid of all that
Yeah.
alcohol.
And they lead you up to this just gorgeous suite that overlooks the river district, and you can see the life dome glowing in the distance.
And she's just gonna, obviously, she's gonna put the badge back inside of her bag, so that way no one could know. Because she did it sneakily, while like everybody else is kind of hanging around. And she's going to
Some of us are gonna get the munchies, so it's perfect.
Pull up DoorDash, please.
Yeah, she's gonna let like the people know, like, oh, we have a pescatarian in the group if you can.
Of course, anything. You to the you have to go catch fish now.
Oh.
You like they are like on it.
Laphus, you're the best. I would have done with a salad.
Of course, I'm the best. And now we have a place that we can just relax and not have to walk anymore.
Yay.
And Voka just like staring off into the oblivion. Does pescatarian mean you only eat fish? Like you don't eat grain or?
No, it's like, like there's vegetarian, but add fish to it.
Okay.
It's like I don't eat meat and I don't eat poultry, but I eat fish and seafood and greens. But I don't mind the eggs and like meat byproducts like butter and shit like that. Cheese.
Okay.
I couldn't live with it. I couldn't live without cheese.
Well, that's good because I myself am a cheese man. She's like, well,
Excellent.
The
I am very lactose tolerant. That's fine.
the name of this really really nice inn is called the Dolphin and Knight, and the symbol, the crest for the inn is a knight in noticeably elven armor on a like this in this jungle on the water, but like there's a dolphin swimming in the river behind him, and you see Elixion just staring at the sign, like deep in his memories.
Yeah, well,
Reminds you
he's
of home?
high.
Does it remind you of home?
It is home. This place is home now.
Come on, let's get you upstairs.
Okay. And he's like leaning heavily on the cane, and like you're helping guide him. He has to go up the stairs very slowly.
It's just fine.
And you get up.
And
Go ahead.
yeah, she was gonna grab like the golden key and open it up, push the doors open so everybody could come on in. How many beds does this thing have?
10. It's the entire top floor of like a 6-story building.
Oh hell yeah!
I was just taking a run and just like poof in one of the beds.
The feathers just kind of fly out of it.
Hotel sheets. Hotel sheets.
After a few minutes, um, 7 or 8 um, waiters come up pushing carts, and there's just a feast in front of you. And you and the rivals just look at it and just like salivating. And Maggie's like, that cart is mine. You all can have the rest. And just goes to a turkey, like a big, like a big giant pheasant, and just takes off a
Leg.
leg, and it's like, oh, like gone.
Maggie the bones. Maggie.
She takes the bone out.
There you go, girl.
It's like the cherry thing when like they like what that mouse do when they tie it with like their tongue. When you put an entire chicken bone in your mouth and it comes out clean is like slightly more impressive.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
Yep. As everybody's like kind of talking, and like there's like a kind of a huge central area that's in this presidential suite, and you just see Elixion leaning back, kind of leaning on the cane, just listening and watching everyone, smiling. And he leans over to you, Laphus, and says, "Thank you."
You know, whenever you I mean, I'm not saying I don't want you to end it, to anytime soon, but whenever you do pass on, I get to keep that jewel, right?
When I decide to pass on from this realm, is yours.
Perfect. She gives him she gives him a wink and just like pats his hand. And then she also says, and also just can you tell her to like lay off of me? Like I know she hates me because I'm dead, but just lay off. Like you don't have to like me, but don't go against me.
I'll put in a word on your
All right.
behalf.
I mean, I did help her best friend, which is you.
Orgoth's gonna come over to Elixion at some point
Yeah,
during the time, not when Laphus is talking.
yeah.
He says he'll kind of, if he's sitting, he'll get down so he's like they're eye level with each other, and he says, "I think this is yours." And Orgoth reaches and takes the spear from his back and puts it in front of him and says, I don't think I deserve this.
Why is that, Orgoth? You fought magnificently with it. I can remember that much.
But it's yours. I mean, you saved all these people that are here now. This place that has become on Corel now is because of the efforts that you made, and I'm not worthy to carry this.
Orgoth, it is not mine. The spear that I carried was destroyed when Grumsh, and he kind of opens his shirt a little bit, and you can see the giant scar. I don't know. This is the first time you've seen it. You see the scar that Grumsh left on his chest, just almost from like the bottom of his neck to his belly. The force of the blow melted everything. So much heat and fire.
This is the spear that I found.
This is the spear
there.
you needed. The spear you needed to help bring me back. You are deserving of it, Orgoth Skullcrusher. You need to live your
And what about-
life. I could hear you, faint memories of you calling out to me while you were down below in the Netherdeep. You were not praying. Do not pray to me. I am just man. I am tired of, as much as I am tired of people looking down upon me because I was a bad sign baby. I am tired of the gods making me out to be something special.
And like when he says that, Orgoth says, and he kind of looks around and he's like, I am too. I was born under the moon.
Light of Ruidus.
And he looks up and tries to kind of draw Elixian's attention outside.
Yeah.
Because it's actually the night is a full Ruidus moon.
He looks at it.
And he's like, just like now, because that's today.
Happy birthday, Orgoth. And he says it just loud enough for everyone to hear.
The most drunken happy birthday song ever starts now.
Like nobody's on sync.
Mm-mm.
Everybody's going at like different tempos.
And off key.
Yeah.
Very off key. Laphus is actually quiet throughout the whole thing. And she like kind of uses the restroom, like she excuses herself so she can close the door.
Birthday, the day you were born out of the womb.
No, she's
I can't keep that up, y'all.
Galsariad says, no more beat poetry ever.
I will keep doing it then.
And one thing you notice, Laphus, is that as they were bringing things like, as they were bringing all those carts in, you'd seen Elixian kind of step to the side and talk to one of the waiters. And then suddenly the door opens and in comes a waiter holding a birthday cake lit with candles. What is it, 19 of them? Or 20?
17.
17. And he places it down as the song ends.
He knows that. How does he know that? Orgoth doesn't put that together at all. He's just like, okay. And he's overwhelmed at this point, and no roll will stop Orgoth from crying at this point. So,
and
it's
everybody goes,
a mixture of joy and sorrow.
And Elixian puts his hand on your shoulder. Make a wish and blow out the candles. And that's where we're going to stop for the week.
I wish to use this rhyme to go back home until next time. And if you guys don't know Dragon Tales, then we can't be friends.
I love Dragon Tales.
Great game today, everybody. Thank you for the raid. That was, who was that?
Thank you for the raid, Flying Orc.
Flying Orc, yay! Thank you for that raid. That was awesome. I hope you enjoyed the last bit of our pub crawl with Grandpa today.
Fucking love Grandpa.
Lixian's awesome. He had a +9 to his. He has not been too drunk. He has a +9 to his Constitution saving throw.
Look, North is 6 drinks in plus at least an edible.
Yeah.
So they're
Is there anything we need to talk about before we do a wrap up?
Yeah, we just gotta get ready for tomorrow for both Orgoth saying his feels and then also us talking to Jamon.
Yep.
Absolutely hungover.
And seeing where the favored few will go next. I'm very excited to see where you're going to go. Let's go ahead and go around the table and do a wrap up.
Hey everybody, this is Bill Roper. You can find me on the socials at Bill freaking Roper. Wow, yeah, this is good stuff. This is intense. This is I love the culmination of certain things and the tying together of storylines and a lot of feels. It's amazing. Thanks as always to everybody who joins us either live on Twitch or on the VODs or on the podcasts or by removing your tinfoil hat so we can beam directly into your head. However you get the show is great. The only thing I got going on, which I'm going to hype just real quickly, a very dear friend of mine just wrote a book called The Crack in the Crystal, which is just coming out. It is a fantastic fantasy novel that is based initially from his D&D group that he ran for numerous years. But it's an incredible world he's built. I'm doing the audiobook for it. So I'm super looking forward to that. So if you're looking for something to read, you can look at Barack Engel's book, The Crack in the Crystal, because not just a different, it's a great book. So it's my book for you to find and read.
What's the
That's
title
what
of the
I'm
book?
saying. It is called The Crack in the Crystal.
Yay. And is there a link for it yet? I guess it's not out yet, right? So it's not officially
You
out.
could probably pre-order it, I guess.
Yeah,
We
look
could,
on
put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Or something.
Fun.
That's it for me.
All right. Hey everybody, this is Jaiden. You could find me on Twitter at F Foxtrot XIV, so 14. And I don't really have that much to say, so I'm just going to. It's hard to tell, but I'll let my shirt say all the talking. And again, it's hard to tell, but it says "Stay safe, come hard."
Excellent. Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I've been playing North Yadring Roguelike Fighter. Maybe fourth multi-class incoming. We don't know. You can find me on Blue Sky, Twitter, Tumblr at SteelCladVicar. You can find us on Patreon, but also I'm gonna shout out the Discord because we're a bunch of fun people in there. We have conversations about all kinds of stuff: D&D, anime, music, movies, Monster boinking this morning. Yeah, come join the fun. And thank you for being here. Sorry for the hoarse throat today.
Hi guys, I'm Mira and I play Voka, and you can find me at Cube Mangoes literally anywhere. I have nothing less to say, other than I'm getting really into like tea parties. I found a TikTok page today called Queen of Tea, and it's just about going around Ontario sampling all the different tea houses. I'll
That's
send the
why I'm
page to
very
you.
sad that whenever you were here, and it's gone now, but there was a place that had during the hours between I think like 12 to 2, there was tea time. So it was unlimited tea cakes, unlimited scones, and unlimited like tiny little desserts that you
Mm-hmm.
can order over and over, and it was only between that time. And it was my
Ooh,
favorite, and I'm sad that it's gone because I would have loved to take you there.
that sounds amazing.
We're gonna do tea time eventually, but that's what my brain has been on, is just watching these tea. I'll send the link to the thing of
Do
just
it.
going around to different tea houses and rating them. But that's just what I've been on. That's my weekly thing. That's what I'm up to.
And my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky at Ron88Keys, RBDM. Please follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. Follow us here on Twitch and at Severed Studios. You can find the Severed Sons Rhyme at the Frostmaiden podcast at any podcasting platform. Please share us with all your friends. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, Game Critical Role, for all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling, everyone. Thank you all for listening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.